In leadership, the difference between success and stagnation often hinges on one critical factor: how well we engage those we lead. Today, we explore a pivotal moment that underscores the transformative power of parental involvement in education.
Oh, let the leader lead. 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 Oh, watch me stepping with that honor and integrity.
Welcome to Let the Leader Lead, the podcast dedicated to empowering leaders to navigate challenges with resilience and inspire impactful change. I'm your host, Jesse L. Radford III. In this episode, we delve into the profound impact of parental involvement on student behavior. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and leave a 5-star review. Your feedback helps us reach more leaders like you and continue providing valuable content to this leadership community. Thank you for joining us. Now, you know how we do. Here's our format. I'll give you a stat, tell you a story, offer some problem-solving strategies, and sprinkle in a little seasoning to taste, because that's how I do it. Then I'll load up my little red wagon and get out of your way. Here's your stat. According to a study by the National Center for Education Statistics, schools with high levels of parental involvement experience a 20% decrease in behavioral incidents. Research published in the Journal of Educational Psychology indicates that effective homeschool partnerships lead to a 15% increase in student engagement and academic performance. Here's your story. In the spring of 1990, during my student teaching days, I encountered a challenging student. We'll call him Jay just to be safe. Despite my efforts to win Jay over, he was always disruptive. I don't know if he was trying to get attention, didn't get enough attention. I don't know what it was, but he just continued to make a disruption in class, and he brought havoc into the classroom. His disruptions persisted until Jay's father had to be called in. When his dad got there, he requested a private room. Here's what he said exactly: I need to borrow a piece of a room. Who borrows a piece of a room? Well, at that point, the janitor was coming by, and they suggested that they could use his broom closet. So Jay's dad and Jay get into this broom closet, and we don't see what goes on, but we hear it. But what transpired in that broom closet transformed Jay's behavior for the rest of the time I was there. Now, I could be petty and tell you how he came into the classroom, but I'm not going to do that. But I want to. Jay came in a different kid. He was polite. He was attentive. We had no problems out of Jay for the rest of my time there. Now, I hear what you're saying. Some of you are in the background. I hear what you're saying. Well, we know what he did, and that shouldn't have happened. You're right. It should not have happened, and it will not happen. It cannot happen on our campuses at this day and time. But it did then, and I'm telling the story. Here are a few strategies. If your parents aren't as attentive as Jay's parents are, then maybe you could foster open communication channels, implement regular parent-teacher conferences, utilize digital platforms like email or school apps to provide updates and facilitate communication. Here's how that might look. A school might set up a parent portal where teachers can share weekly updates on student progress, allowing parents to stay involved and informed. At our school, we have something called Remind, and it's an app that I can send text messages to my parents, and I do that at least 2 to 3 times a week. I stay connected with our parents, and I keep them informed so that they don't get surprises, because as a parent myself, I don't like surprises when it comes to my children and their education. So I use the Remind app to keep my parents informed. If you don't have a parent like Jay's parent, you can empower parents as partners. Offer workshops that guide parents on effective involvement techniques. Here's how that might look. Schools could host workshops on strategies for supporting children's homework and behavior at home, or they could create resource packets with tips for fostering positive student habits. Now, what happens if we ignore the problem and don't take any of these strategies? Well, if we allow issues like Jay's behavioral disruptions to go unaddressed, or if we condone outdated practices like corporal punishment, we risk creating a school environment where students feel unsafe and unsupported. Unchecked behavior issues can lead to a cycle of increasing disruptions, decreased student engagement, and strained teacher-student relationships. It's crucial for leaders to adopt modern evidence-based practices that support positive behavior and foster a supportive learning environment. In my favorite book of all time, it says, train up a child in the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not depart from it. This principle highlights the enduring impact of parental guidance on shaping a child's behavior and character. Through effective parental involvement, schools can create a nurturing environment where every student feels supported and valued, ultimately leading to improved academic outcomes and a positive school culture. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." This quote resonates with the transformative potential of believing in our students and engaging their families in their educational journey. So, what did we cover today? Well, we discussed the significant impact of parental involvement on student behavior. Then we reviewed statistics supporting the benefits of parental engagement. We examined strategies for improving home to school partnerships and provided practical examples. Then we explored the potential consequences of ignoring behavioral issues and outdated practices. And finally, we highlighted the enduring value of parental guidance and its impact on student success. Now, as I load up my little red wagon and get ready to get out of your way, I challenge you to commit to fostering meaningful connections with those you lead. Implement, in some way, big or small, the strategies we discussed. Engage parents as partners and watch your student community thrive. That's going to do it for me today. Join us on Facebook and YouTube and all of your favorite podcast platforms. Remember to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and share this episode with at least 3 of your fellow leaders. Thank you for tuning in to Let the Leader Lead, where every day you have the choice to do 2 things: lead or get out the way.